Boom, what's going on, everyone? Tristan here, back with another game dev blog episode 3. So last night I actually did end up posting a game dev blog, but it didn't come out exactly how I wanted it. For one, my camera was off and I didn't even realize, so after I uploaded it. And number two, my microphone was on 2 tracks, so it was recording. In simple terms, it's pretty weird. So since that last video, I've actually done quite a lot, so I'm gonna kind of just go over what I've done. So basically, I got a main menu scene, which I'm eventually gonna build upon, and I also got networking working, which is pretty good. And another thing, which I'm gonna show in a sec. So basically, you get to this main menu, and I plan to build upon this, possibly have settings, ranking system, possibly if I can set it up in time. So server status is online. I was running into a little bit of an issue this morning. My internet was actually having a problem, and therefore it wouldn't let me connect to the server, the Photon network server. So I was a little bit behind schedule because of that, but I did end up getting everything working. So you hit play and it connects to the server. And right now I have 3v3 and 1v1 game mode. The 1v1 game mode and the 3v3 are both connected to the same map, but eventually I'll have them be separate maps in different game modes. So you click on the 1v1, it searches for players, and what will usually happen, but because this is the demo version, what will usually happen is basically it'll put you in a lobby and it will say how many players the game is waiting upon. So if I had 2 clients working, I would have to then go into the second client, and then both players would have to ready up, and then you get into game. So because this is a demo version, I do plan on showcasing the full networking in an upcoming video, but for now, this is what I got. So you get into the actual map itself, and the map still has a lot of work to be done to it, but you have 3 classes. You got Berserker, Recon, and Sorcerer. None of these, I mean, they will spawn the model in, but none of these properly work. So I do have a 4th one called Player Test, which I plan to build upon the other classes on. So you hit Player Test, and right now it puts you into game. So when I was testing this on the with 2 clients, what will happen is one team will spawn on the he's already moving. One team will spawn on the red side, and the other person will spawn on the blue side. Now there currently is no win condition nor auto attacking or abilities. So I do have a camera set up, which is nice. So if you move your mouse to the edge of the screens, the camera will move. And I did download this camera on the asset store, so I'm gonna have to go in and fiddle around with the camera and get it to the proper settings to kind of give it a personality of how I want the game to be. So for now, I have this cube. He's my test cube, and when I click, he moves along the map, which is pretty cool. Eventually I want to get I think I'm gonna start off with Berserker. I'm gonna get his animation set up properly, but basically I use a nav mesh, and he just navigates around this plane here. So I have run into a couple problems. So number one, I'm gonna have to figure out, because I have a bunch of empty space here, I'm basically gonna make this non-walkable, so when I click on it, if a user, for instance, clicks on it, the dude here won't pass towards this area here. Another thing is I do not have pathfinding set up, so if I walk into this rock, or for instance, say if I click here, he will walk into the rock. But the good thing is that he can't walk up the rock or anything like that. There are little spots here and there along the rocks that he can kind of go up, and it still kind of glitches a little bit. So I'm gonna have to go back and kind of fix that. But for the most part, it is working fairly well. You can click around, he'll move, much like any other mobile, League of Legends, Dota, whatever. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Now another thing is, whenever the cube gets to his location, he kind of flops over a little bit. So with the models, I'm gonna have to figure out why he's doing that. I believe it's just I have to lock, I believe one of the orientations. I would assume rotation, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna have to go into it and kind of play around. And another thing is, when you have 2 clients loaded, basically what happens is once the players get into game, I want to make it so that they have a little bit of time to, maybe about a minute or 2 before the actual game starts, so the players themselves can get ready. And basically what will happen is it will go down a list, and it will determine which side each player starts on. So right now I have it so that when the first player loads, he loads into red side. Once red side is full, considering this is a 1v1 map, the other player will load into blue side. Yeah, so that's about it. That's all I got right now. It's pretty cool, not gonna lie. But yeah, again, in my last video I was showing off some assets and whatnot, but like I said, it didn't come out exactly how I wanted it to, so I'll kind of go over it in this one. So this guy is a mage. This is a great pack, mage, warrior, what was this called? Warrior pack bundle 2 free, and there's bundle 3. And surprisingly, oh actually hold on, you guys can't see. Boom. Oh, boom. Not that. So basically, yeah, it's cool because he kind of fits the art style of what I'm going for in a sense. So I might actually end up using these assets and possibly building on top of them to give them a little more features and whatnot. So yeah, that's about it. For next video, this is more of my own mental notes. I want to try and get pathfinding working. I want to get a custom cursor in the game, which would be pretty cool, and possibly getting one of these characters in the game, if it's the mage warrior or the what was another cool one, the knight was pretty cool as well, this guy here, or the knight, or whatever it is. If I can get them, and these do all come with animations, which is pretty nice for a free pack. So if I can get the animations working for walking and whatnot, and the last possible thing would be if I can get towers working, possibly health bars and whatnot, and auto attacking. So yeah, this is episode number 3, and I'll see you guys in episode 4. Yeah.